The president, in an interview with Robin Roberts of Good Morning America, to be broadcast tomorrow morning, made reference to all this in the context of health care, saying more moderate Republican voices are not being heard.
Part of the frustration I have is that on the Republican side, there are wonderful people whose voices I think are tamped down, and you know the traditional leaders, the Bob Doles of the world, those voices have been I think shouted down on that side, and I hope that the Republican Party can rediscover that voice.
George Stephanopoulos is joining us now. George, the president may yearn for more moderate Republican voices, but it seems less and less likely he's going to get much Republican support on health care reform.
It does, Charlie. The last bipartisan negotiations are just about at an end point, likely to break down tomorrow finally, and the Democrats in the Finance Committee will have to try to come up with a majority on their own. But what the president, I think, was trying to do in that interview with Robin Roberts, what I think he will do tomorrow night, is reach out to the voters who are attracted to that kind of sensibility. Independent and moderate Republican voters who either voted for President Obama last year or were open to him at the beginning of this year but are starting to pull away. He wants to get them back tomorrow night by convincing them that he's going the extra mile on bipartisanship.
But he keeps saying we have to do something. The status quo is unsustainable. The problem becomes what you do when you get into details. And he has to come up with a bill, and they still haven't, that they know can get enough Senate votes and more than half the House votes.
That's exactly right, Charlie. And to do that, he is going to have to, again, move more to the middle. Tomorrow, I think he will be more specific than he's ever been in the past. I think he will actually identify many of the ideas that he's talking about that are Republican ideas, and may even come up with some new ideas that have been supported largely by Republicans, like malpractice reform, again, to try to show that he is working hard to make this system work, and that even if he ends up having to go with Democrats alone, he had tried his best to get Republicans on board.
All right, George Stephanopoulos in Washington, thanks.